Good morning, World Lit students. This is vocab lesson 3, and certainly if you can understand that ment makes the word a noun, this lesson is a breeze. All you need to know then is the meaning of the word, the base word, which for the majority of these is a verb. We put the ment and we attach it to that verb, and it changes the word to the noun. So the definitions are all going to start with either the act of or a something, a state of, the act of, a state of, a something. A, and the are our noun alerts. They tell us, oh, a noun is coming, and that's the way it is with the definitions. So truly understanding what the verb means, the base verb, is going to help you with this lesson. So acknowledge is the verb. We add ment and we come up with acknowledgement. If you acknowledge something, you give recognition. You give, you say, oh, okay, that is accurate. I get that. I understand that. That is the truth. All right. So an acknowledgement is an admission to that. I know that. An acknowledgement. Yes, that guy's the author. All right. Yes, an acknowledgement of, yes, that assignment was due today. Okay. A lot. Now the spelling, not a and then space L-O-T. That's not what we're talking about. A lot. If you allot somebody, you give them a portion. I'll allot so much to you. I'll allot so much to you. All right. An allotment then is one of those shares. Okay. Apportionment. A portion is a noun in itself, and then we put the ment and we give it a different. And so that could go with allotment to some degree. It's an apportionment. You have a plan of who you're going to give portions to. You're kind of divvying it out fairly. And so an apportionment is the act of dividing and sharing in a legitimate way. Usually in apportionment, you would do this when we're talking like maybe in a famine situation and you want to make sure everybody gets the same. All right, like Joseph did in Egypt. He would develop apportionment so everybody got the same, so everybody could survive the famine. Bereavement. If you bereave, you mourn the loss of someone. Bereavement, then, is the act of mourning or the state of suffering. Okay? Bewilder. If you bewilder somebody, you totally confuse them. Bewilderment, then, is the act of being totally, or the state of being really confused about something. You're bewildered. You can't believe what you're saying. Okay. Blandishment. Blandishment. This one is a particular thing. Blandish. We're not going to break it down. Well, let's do a little bit. Bland is an adjective. Bland means having no flavor, having no real excitement to it at all. All right, boiled potatoes, they're bland. But then you put some sour cream on them, or some butter and salt and pepper, or gravy, then they're pretty good. All right, but otherwise they're kind of bland. All right, so blandishment. These are statements that they're just they really have no meaning. They have no value to them. They're just trying statements to try to manipulate somebody to do what you want them to do. All right, to coax somebody to just get somebody to do what you would want them to do. All right, you give them a blandishment. All right, a disagreement, disagree, and then if you disagree with somebody, that means you don't agree. All right, you dissent with them. So a disagreement is just the noun form of that. It's a point on which you don't agree. Disenchantment, you become just disenchanted with something, means you were really fascinated with, but now you're not so much. You're disenchanted with it. Something happened that I don't like it anymore. All right. So a disenchantment is that one thing that causes you to go, no, just not interested anymore. Okay. It doesn't hold the same awesome value that it held for me at one point. Okay, sometimes TV shows are like that. You're going along in a series, you're watching them, and oh yeah, and then something happens, your favorite character is killed off or something, and then you become disenchanted with it. So that killing off of that one key character or favorite character, that's a disenchantment. Displace. If you displace, people can become displaced. They are put someplace where they don't belong. A person who has trouble speaking English might become displaced because they can't communicate to tell where they are supposed to be. Displacement then is that act that put them in that place where they shouldn't be. All right. Embezzlement. Embezzle is the verb taking money, which is not your own. All right. Embezzlement. It's the act of taking money that doesn't belong to you. Encroachment. Encroach means to go somewhere you're not supposed to go. Trespassing. You're intruding. All right. So an encroachment then is the act of intruding, all right, or an intrusion. You're going someplace you're not supposed to be, all right. How's that different from displacement? Well, displacement is putting somebody where they're not supposed to be, all right. Encroachment is you're going where you're not supposed to be. Endearment. If something is endearing, oh, it's close to the heart. It emotionally soothing. It makes you go, oh, it's endearing. An endearment then is something that causes you to go, oh, that's so sweet, that's nice. A little note of encouragement or something can be an endearment. Something that stirs emotions, positive sentiments, all right, and kind of connects. Enroll. Enroll means you sign up to attend a school or be involved in a program. Enrollment is the act of doing that. Okay. Harass. Harass means to cause aggravation, to annoy, to frustrate. Harassment is the act of annoying, bothering, physically abusing, okay, verbally abusing. Indict. If a person is indicted on charges of theft, that means formal charges, formal accusation is being brought against them. An indictment is that formal accusation. Okay? So I go to the judge and say, okay, we're accusing so-and-so. We are bringing these charges against so-and-so. Okay? Induce, if you induce somebody, you try to persuade them. Moms recognize what induce means. If they are forced, if they are induced into labor, they're given medication which causes their body to go into labor. All right? An inducement then is that which persuades or it's that incentive. All right? Good grades might be an inducement to study and work hard. Maladjustment, any word that starts with M-A-L, mal, that's a negative, like malignant. Malignant tumors are cancerous tumors. A malady is a sickness. So maladjustment means you're not, it's a situation of not adjusting well, okay? If there was a maladjustment to a school setting, there was just something that caused a person not to be able to adjust well to their environment, right? It could be too many people in the classroom. It could be just the mix of personalities, okay? Nourishment. If you nourish your body, you give it what it needs. The vitamins, the nutrients, water, you give it what it needs. All right? So nourishment is anything that brings the body what it needs. Okay? Refinement. If something is refined, like Scripture talks about God refining us. All right? And really, to refine gold, you have to burn out the impurities. There has to be some suffering, all right, in refinement, all right, in refining something. And so God is refining us. He's honing our character. And so a refinement is anything that hones, that makes something better, that it improves whatever it's trying to refine. All right. Resentment. If you resent someone, you're bitter, you're angry, you're holding a grudge against them. All right. So a resentment is that you hold that feeling like of why you're resenting them. All right, they may have insulted you, so you have that feeling of being insulted. That's a resentment that's causing you to hold this grudge. Okay, that's resentment. Hope this helps you out. Remember, verb and the ment makes it that noun. Okay. See you next week. Have a good weekend.